Hi, welcome to Diva's Paradise, a wonderful world of fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. I'm your host, Diva, and today our look is going to be a 50s style pinup look. So Diva is doing her take on the 50s. As you see, I was trying to get my work accomplished, but my handbag is in tow. My human handbag. So anyway, needless to say, I hope you enjoy this look. Okay, so this is how we obtain our classic 50s pinup girl look. To start with the eyes, I put some light colored powder right under the eye to catch any shadow that might fall. It also helps to highlight under the eye once I brush it away. Okay, you can use any powder. In this case, I happen to use, I think this is a black opal invisible powder. Everything I use is going to be listed in the comment section, because I know sometimes after I do the video, people come back and they ask, what did you use? And I tell you everything I use. So this time I'm going to start listing all the products down below in the comment section down below. Okay, so we primed the lid already with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. As you know, I love to use that. It holds the eyeshadow in place, keeps it from creasing. It's fabulous. Once that is all applied and blended, I'm going to start by using two types of NARS shadows. Actually, I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see better. The two NARS shadow compacts I'm going to use, you can use any neutral shadow of your choosing. The first one by NARS is All About Eve. They're these two neutral beigey kind of a shade. Alright, I love these. I can use it, I use it in my kit actually. I can use it on white girls, black girls, you name it. It works well for everybody. It's one of those shades. Then I have what is unfortunately a discontinued NARS duo, and this one is Mogambo. I really love this because this was a shimmery shade and this is a matte shade. It was very neutral. Once again, I used it on Caucasian girls, I used it on black girls, brown girls, whatever you want to call us, and it worked very well. But in this case, I'm going to use that. I will try and tell you at the end of the video shades that you can use that are very similar so you can still achieve these looks even if you don't have the NARS compacts. Alright? So, using the All About Eve palette, okay, from NARS, I'm going to take the deeper of the two shades. They're both shimmery, mind you. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to pack it on the lid using a MAC 239 brush, okay. This I'll zoom in a little so you can see what's happening. Okay. The next shade I'm going to use is going to be from the Mogambo palette. It is the shimmery shade, which is this one. At this point, it's not really going to matter to you, only because this is disconnected. This is discontinued, but I will tell you a shade that is very similar that you can use, okay? That is going to go all along the crease using a MAC 217 brush. Using the very same 217 brush. I know some people move on to a cleaner brush, but sometimes I find it helps with the blending. I'm going to use the deeper shade of the Mogambo palette, which is that matte brown shade. And that, now to apply it, I'm going to use the very, very tip of the brush. And I'm going to stick with the outer 1/3. So I'm putting the brush right there. And I'm working it back and forth. Okay, because I just want some definition now to the crease. Now I'm also going to take it down on top of the outer third of the, the V of the bottom lid. Okay. You see that? A little bit more, just for definition. Now, as you can see, this is a very neutral eye. I mean, you can do any other color lip that you'd like to go with it, but because I'm thinking of the 50s and pinup style, I think 50s were kind of like one of my favorite eras, because I do like vintage things. I love leopard print, you should know. But this is my take on the 50s for brown girls. Okay, so you see, that's blended. Next, onto the brow bone, the lighter of the All About Eve palette, which is very shimmery. I normally don't like a shimmery color on my lid, but that's what I'm going to use. I'm just using an e.l.f. brush. It says it's just a professional e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. You can get these at Target very inexpensively. This is the dollar brush. I love these. You know, if you want to build your kit on a budget. That's going right underneath my brow bone. And I'm bringing it down because I do want to blend it so I don't have like separated colors just standing out. Okay, see that? Perfect. Alright. Then using that same 217 brush that had stuff on it, I'm going to lightly buff the color out because I really hate when it's a bright highlighter. I like soft, muted blending when it comes to the brow bone. You see that? I hope it's coming out right. Alright, so that for me is perfect. Almost perfect. Using a very dark brown shade, in this case I happen to have Reed from MAC. It's a matte powder blush. I don't even know if they still make Reed. It's spelled R-E-E-D. I'm just going to use it with a lining brush. Obviously this happens to be a Trish McAvoy, but you can use any stiff liner brush, see, shape like that, to define the lash line, because I don't want it to be black. I want it to be very soft, and you're going to work the shadow right into the lash line because we just want to define the eye without making it too heavy. It's a great alternative to black when you don't want anything that heavy. Dark brown, if you have a dark brown pencil, you can use that. Any dark brown eyeshadow, that'll work. Don't feel you can't replicate this look because you don't have the exact same products. This will just inspire you and you can use what you already have. Okay? So that's how that's looking. Okay, I'm getting mad now. I thought I was recording. Anyway, I just applied LA Splash liquid liner in black along the top line. The upper lash line rather, and I know I missed a spot or two, and I didn't realize all this time I was putting this eyeliner on, it was not recording. Oh, I was so mad about that. But anyway, we put that on. I flicked the tip up at the end just for a little interest. Do you see that? Now, it's very wet, this eyeshadow, and it's very easy. This eyeshadow is very wet, the liquid liner, and it's very easy. You can make a mess. So what I suggest, you just get a Q-tip. If you find it's on your lashes and you don't want it to get on your lid, and you just roll the liquid liner off of your lashes. Because our next step now is to apply mascara. Alright, so usually look like this. I love my Dior show, but because I'm rushing, because I'm on borrowed time, we're going to just use my Voluminous in Carbon Black that I love so much. If you do not have Dior Show, Carbon Black is an excellent substitute for our recessionistas. Okay, so the Voluminous, I found the proper new tube, carbon black. That's what's on for the lashes. I mean, you could take the look over the top by applying a pair of false lashes, but I don't really plan on going anywhere tonight, and I like to save my lashes for special occasions, only because the more I wear false lashes, the less of my own natural lashes I'm going to have behind. So trying to grow my lashes back, so I'm kind of refraining from using them. Just lots of mascara. In this case, we want to put something on the bottom lash, but I still have the powder on there, so it's best if I brush it away. Just like that. See how it looks like a natural highlighter that I was telling you about? Let me blend, and then the Voluminous to the lower lashes. Ooh, I think this one's darker than the other one, so let's put a little bit more on this side. And I believe that completes this look. So I hope you enjoyed Diva's take on pinup 50s style makeup. Let me tell you what else I use for the rest of my face. It's also going to be in the comments section, so you won't have to ask me. I only say that because if you've noticed lately, I've not been making too many videos. Life is getting hectic. Kids are back in school. The baby is like busy. Okay, so on my eyes, once again, we'll start. You know my eyebrows. I like to use my K palette. I told you where you can get that from. I use the Urban Decay Primer Potion as a base. For eyeshadows, I showed you the NARS in All About Eve. The Mogambo is discontinued, so I'm going to tell you what you can use in its place. Basically any neutral, like a champagne color. For the lid, think about Arena. Arena's very nice for there. Trying to remember my MAC shades off the top of my head. Saddle. Trying to think what else could be used in the crease. There's so many, but anyway, tell you what else I'm using. Oh, on my cheeks, I am using, believe it or not, my Stila Illuminating Powder in Bronze. I love to use this to get that glowy look, so I put a little bit on my cheeks so I have a bit of a glow. I don't know if you can see it or not on the camera, if I'm wearing it heavy enough so it shows up. On top of that, I put a little of the NARS Torrid. You know I love my NARS Torrid. I'll show you what that one looks like. You know, all videos I tend to wear my NARS. That's it. It's like a corally color with shimmer. It's kind of like the black girl's orgasm. That's what I call it, okay? Lip-wise, I am wearing, this has become my favorite red lipstick to use. I think it's universal. White, black, red, yellow, all skin tones. I think this works very well. It's a very universal red. You might want to try it out. It's the Rouge Artist Intense Lipstick from Makeup Forever, and the color is Moulin Rouge. Okay? That is what's on my lip, Moulin Rouge. There was a time when I didn't wear red lipstick, you know, growing up as a child because I had such full lips. You know, kids used to make fun of me. And look who has the last laugh now. That's what I say. Anyway, I think I told you everything I used. You saw me use a carbon black. You saw me use like a brown shadow under here. Hopefully you enjoyed this look. And thanks for watching. And take care. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so. And I love you guys. Until next time. Bye.